Today's drive from Ballari to Raichur took our breath away. It was adventurous in its truest sense. Kacha roads that demanded attention, stretches where the road disappeared and also the network, but the instinct took over. And then we had the paddy fields sowing quietly, the jawar fields stretching endlessly, the bright marigolds breaking the earth with color. At one point, we drove past massive boulders, perfectly balanced on top of one another. No rush, no drama, just equilibrium. And it made me think about work-life balance, not as a buzzword, but as something nature practices effortlessly. Here we are on a road trip across India, actually Bharat, managing our days not by calendar blocks, but from one investor awareness program to the next. Conversations that replace meetings, listening that replaces presenting. The road decides the rhythm. It's not always comfortable, it's not always predictable, but it's deeply grounding. And somewhere between dust, fields, and changing light, you realize this is what Soch in motion and actually feels like. Avi, we've covered miles, terrains, different landscapes. What has changed the Soch feeling up to you now?
So it is everything that we hoped it would be. Everything I hoped it would be. Change the Soch means that we are trying to change established approaches. And if there's anything we've seen about our country, is that every 100 kilometers, it changes. Culture changes, the food changes, the people change. And that's exactly what changing the Soch is about. We
visited, a very special educational institute today, family run since decades. They were very overwhelmed with our presence, given that no one had come here before and visited them for a topic, subject with such a strong intent. How was the response?
So I think one of the things that really struck me was the founder who had recently passed. The institution is being run by his daughter right now. And she is professionally a doctor, but she's running an educational institution. I think that in and of itself is a bit of change the Soch, right? She's gone from thinking like a doctor to actually thinking like an educationalist. And maybe using some of the principles that apply to both. So it's always nice to see certain examples when people make that shift, make that transition.
She, I remember the conversation, the one-on-one that you had with her, and she confessed to you that the investment that she makes is in her institution.
Yep.
And you want to share with the audience?
It's not unusual. I mean, it's like any entrepreneur. A lot of what they invest or what they make goes right back into their business or goes right back into the institutions that they run. So this is not unusual. But I do think that she at least understands the fact that making these investments, because they are needed right now and the institution is growing. Eventually, at some point, she's going to have to start thinking about trying to separate that out for herself as well.
We had a very special moment in the audience, when you were presenting your thoughts on the investor education. And after the whole presentation got over, you had many questions that were asked to you on SIP, SWP, the compounding factor. But there was one last hand that went up in the room, and she asked you to explain what are mutual funds once again.
Yeah.
Can you tell us that moment that you'd finished everything, but her hand went up hesitantly, and that moment was very special in a way and has a very strong message for all of us.
Yeah, what it basically means is that when we think about investor awareness, right, it's not a one-time message. This is a message that has to be brought consistently again and again. And that is something that we all have to do. We have to contribute to that. We have to make it a dedicated focus, because just one explanation, one presentation is not going to get that message across, and there are going to be a lot of questions. And so we have to be prepared to be constantly revisiting this every day. So I think that is I think it kind of set the stage for why we're doing what an investor awareness program is.
Yes. Thank you for watching us. This was episode 9, Soch in Motion in Raichur. We're wrapping up our day here, but stay with us, stay tuned for more such stories and conversations. If you like what you're seeing, we would love your support. Love, like, comment, share this with us. Tell us if you would like to collaborate. We would love to explore that collaboration. Thank you very much.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.